Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. After creating the Hangman tutorial, which I still might do a part 2 to, I thought it might be fun to create another small little fun project using Python. So today that's going to be guess the number. If you don't know how this works, the way I'm going to program it is a computer generates a random number between 0 and 100, and you're trying to guess that number in as little tries as possible. So the user will guess, and the computer will either output higher or lower based on the number they input, and the user will try and see how fast they can find the computer number. So let's hop right into it. So the first thing we want to do is import random, and this is because our number is going to be randomly generated, so we need to import the random library. And now the second thing we're going to do is we need a computer number, and that's going to be random, which is why we imported random. And let's just call it number. And we're going to set that equal to random.randint 0, 100. And what this is going to do is number is going to be a random number between 0 and 100. So if we actually print number right here and run the program, it'll give us a random number, 24, 96, 13, 25, 55, so on and so on. So this number is going to be different every time and will allow the user to play again without just having a set number that they already know what it is. Awesome. Okay, so now the next thing we want to do is we actually want to create a while loop. And we're going to say while true. And what we're going to do in this while loop is we're going to continually ask for user to guess the number until they get it right. So what we can do is we can say user guess equals, we want an integer, and it's going to be input. And we're just going to say enter in your guess. And that should allow the user to enter in a guess because we're using this input keyword. And now they'll have to enter in an integer, which we're going to use to compare to the number that has already been chosen. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to create some simple if statements to evaluate what the guess is and how it compares to the number. So we can say if user guess is greater than number, print lower. Oops. So basically what we're doing here is we're saying if the user guessed too high, we're simply going to print lower. My bad. And we can do the same thing if they guess too low. So we're going to say elif user guess is less than number, print higher. And we're actually using this elif because it won't be run if this first if statement is true. Because naturally, if it's greater than number, it can't be less than a number, so we can just skip this. This if statement will only be evaluated if this first one isn't true. And now we can conclude with an else statement. And if the number is not greater than or less than, obviously it has to be equal. So even though we're not directly saying it in the else statement, the only way that the computer will run what's in the else statement is if they guess the correct number. So we can print something such as U1. The number was, and then we can print the number. Now it's actually really important that you put the string here because we're going to be printing out a string, and number right now is an integer. So just by adding this str in front of it, it will allow us to print out number. And then the last important step is we're going to be calling the break function. And so what this does is once it prints this, it's going to break out of this while loop, and it's no longer going to be cycling through. So that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and give it a run. So it says enter in your guess. I'm going to guess 50, lower. I'm going to guess 25, higher. 35, higher. 45, higher. 48. You won. The number was 48. And as you can see, it broke out of the loop. So that's it for today's tutorial. Thanks for watching. I hope you had fun and learned a little something. This was a very basic beginner tutorial, but I know doing some of these simple projects when you're learning Python can be super helpful. If you'd like me to do a part 2 to this and add some more helpful information, add some more features to the game, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching.